Hi, we're Team Instinct, and this is our design strategy proposal. It is about building a creative community. So, how could creativity be used to connect Kingston residents? Creativity connects people from all different backgrounds and can be done in a group. It also allows people to express themselves, which helps reduce social isolation within the Kingston community. Language and cultural barriers can also be overcome. This is important as 42% of Kingston residents have parents born overseas. So a few of the key findings that we found as a group was maternal status. Over 50% of people live isolated as they do not have a partner. There are also 10,000 people who speak different languages within the Kingston community. Looking at disengagement, we noticed that people over the age of 64 are particularly disengaged from the community, so they may be a key audience that we look to target. A little more about Kingston Creative Studios, the client. So Kingston Creative Studios is a creative hub that holds workshops and communal events for Kingston residents. It also provides more skills outside of that can be used in industries such as entrepreneurship. They also provide support for women. The main stakeholders for Kingston Creative Studio is the City Council of Kingston.
So what needs to be achieved? Basically, we need to use the creative arts to create a supportive and inclusive environment that helps to reduce social isolation within the Kingston community. A distinct identity needs to be created in order to represent the members of KCS and their events. Also, by increasing awareness to upcoming events and workshops hosted by KCS, it's definitely going to solve the problem. Also receive fundings for future events and collaborations with other studios. So the main thing we've noticed is that there are two main creative spaces within the city of Kingston. So there's the Kingston Arts Centre, Kingston Creative Studios. So what are some of the aims of the strategy? So now we're going to talk about the communication statement. The communication statement is to establish the identity of Kingston Creative Studios as a creative hub and promote their workshops and events to engage more socially isolated Kingston residents. So, a creative hub that provides a supportive space for residents to socialise, create and also learn new skills, engage residents and reduce social isolations.
So what does the audience need to know? Some of the key information about Kingston Creative Studios would be the location, opening hours, prices, upcoming workshops and contact info. The opening hours and prices will change depending on the workshop. Taking a look at all the different websites and social media platforms that they have. So the Facebook page shows the location and the upcoming workshops under the events page. It's got a clear logo. It just could benefit from more posts and engagement and having somewhere to book and sign up for workshops. The Kingston website shows most of the necessary information and it's easy to navigate. The problem is that it's the 4th search result on Google, so it can be hard for people to locate. There are also a lot of ads that could distract from the website content. The Instagram page has a link to their Facebook page and the address of the studio, and it's a good use of the social media platform. The imagery can appear repetitive and it can get lost in followers' timelines.
So who are the target audience? So our key findings were that just over half of the people in Kingston are single, so this could be a result of social isolation. We also want to appeal to a multicultural audience and engage members of the community, in particular people over the age of 50. So our primary persona is the most common user. Her name is Debbie. She's 51 and she lives in Kingston. She's a librarian and artist, and she's been living in Kingston for 10 years and an artist for 20, but she hopes to improve her art skills and wants to engage socially within her local community. The secondary user is Ron. He's 38 and he's an electrician from Bentley, and he's recently divorced, so he's finding it a bit hard, so he wants to improve his mental health by finding somewhere that he can have people with similar interests and get a more positive outlook. So when booking a workshop in Kingston Creative Studios, this is the customer journey map of Debbie. So we found quite a few positives in her journey, but a few negatives were that when investigating on the website, it can be hard to find information and it's a bit confusing. But then moving to social media, it's a lot easier to find information on workshops. So then next, she will inquire through telephone, which is another positive, but moving to booking in the website can be also a bit confusing to find where you book the workshops. And then next, in participation, that's another positive, being surrounded by like-minded people. And then finally, remaining loyal to Kingston Creative Studios. They have a few print brochures, but maybe one that's a general brochure about Kingston Creative Studios could help encourage people to come back, and then just talking about it on social media. So next is Ron's customer journey map, which is slightly different. So he begins by discovering the website, which again is a bit confusing to look at and find information. But then he moves on to social media, and on the Facebook page it's a lot easier to find information about events. So he then inquires in person, which is good to see the space of the studio. And then when trying to make a booking on the website, he finds trouble again when he can't really find the space to make bookings. So he moves on to telephone to make a booking, which is a lot easier. So he then participates in person, and again, the print could be useful in promoting the Kingston Creative Studios, and then remains loyal through talking with his friends about the workshops.
What works for competitors? So Claw Creative Studios is a creative space in Fitzroy. The aim is to encourage every type of creative, whether it be a beginner or professional artist. They have a professional and clean website with consistent branding, and the location and contact info is easy to find through their navigation bar, and they have professional looking imagery. How this relates to our strategy is that having a simple website like this will encourage more people to book workshops as the information is clear and easy to find. PMQ is a design and creative hub in Hong Kong, and they host a wide variety of events ranging from arts, food and culture. They also have consistent branding and a strong social media presence with engaging social media posts and professional looking imagery. So having a clear and engaging and consistent social media presence draws more people to your posts, therefore spreading awareness of the company.
So how will this strategy be achieved? So now we're going to look at some recommendations. So by establishing the identity of a creative hub for Kingston residents to connect and create, we will promote the ability of a creative space for artists and all disciplines to use and grow, support the growth of Kingston Creative Studio Incorporated, support artists and creative individuals within the Kingston community, and also raise awareness of different events for people who are from different backgrounds within the community. So here's just a list of our references. Thank you for listening.